Hi everybody, Joel from RC here. Hope you're doing very well. Now, in this video we take a closer look at the way these WL Toys 144001, what a name that is, buggies run. Now I bought two of these. You get these from Banggood, also on eBay and so on. Just Google them. Very cheap buggies for the lockdown for me and my sons to use. And we built this track. If you haven't already watched the video's on the channel, so check that out. Kept me and my sons busy for a while just building this track and using it with these two cars. There's also a video showing you the unboxing of these two buggies and just showing you them in a bit more detail before we use them. So this is just a little after run thoughts video on the cars, a little bit of footage here to show you how we were using them and the kind of abuse they take and how they run, how they jump and how they crash, all that kind of thing. So watch this, hang on for a few minutes, and then I'll just chat to you a little bit about the cars. I've had these cars, me and my two sons, for I think about seven to 10 days now, and we've used them at least twice a day. So I'd guess around 20 runs ish on them both. So damage wise, the only damage that I'm really seeing is on the red one, which is that has had a hit from the front obviously, and it's bent that screw. So a new screw in there should straighten that out. The shocks are still working, as you can see. They're not sticking or anything, so the shafts are not bent as far as I can tell. What is happening is that I think there's basically no, you can see that there's just no oil left in the shocks. They all look a bit dusty around them. I haven't done anything to these cars at all, so I haven't looked at anything. I haven't tightened any bolts, I haven't looked at any screws, I haven't done anything whatsoever. Actually, that car there as well, so that's the green car, you got the same problem actually there. That screw is bent on both cars. So yeah, that wasn't like that a minute ago, so it must have just happened. So otherwise, things like tyres and wheels, obviously they're taking a hammering, but that's the chassis. As you can see, it's totally scratched up. Again, taking a lot of abuse. Gravel track, no broken arms, no broken parts, in fact. Steering's still working. There's a load of fluff in there from somewhere. Okay, so yeah, they do get very hot. ESC, LiPo, and definitely the motor gets very hot on a full run like that. But they jump really well. They react as you'd expect in the air from like an 8 scale buggy. You know, you can control the way it turns and the way it jumps and the front to back in the air movement of the car with the throttle and brake, so that's all good. Shocks, as I say, are working, but they obviously could do with some oil and maybe a clean up and things like that and a setup. But yeah, I'm just generally impressed with it. I mean, you can see again a hell of a lot of use on both of them. But yeah, bodies, no problems at all. They've all been fine. Lipos have been fine. They balance pretty well. One of them is slightly lower on the cells than the other after every run for some reason. So it's, I suppose, a slightly weaker battery, but balance, charge them every time. And of course you get the transmitter, which is a 2.4 gigahertz. It's got the throttle dual rate and the steering trim on it. It's brilliant. I mean, I can't complain at all with those. They've both been absolutely fine. The little tiny servo that's in there, again, not been an issue with it, so again, can't complain. And of course there's that huge motor as far as the size of the car goes, and that's been fine too. So yeah, just a little roundup there. Wanted to show you what these things can do. The other thing I forgot, drive shafts. The drive shafts are bent. So if we just look at that there, you can see possibly rear drive shaft just there is bent, and I don't think they're bent on the front. No, they're not. And it's the same with the other ones. So the fronts are fine, but the rear drive shafts are bent. Not as bad on this one. It's the green one, the grey one, that's got bent shaft. So there's that. And I think on the grey one, that is making the drivetrain sound a little bit noisier. But yeah, that's the size of it. I think for £60 each, I really don't think you can go too far wrong with these for a bit of fun, especially while you're on the lockdown, if you are on the lockdown. But if you're not, definitely a bit of fun for, you know, a cheap price. Alright guys, catch you later.